What's up, Bars Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Dropping Bars. It's your boy, Kimron Korean, and I have a dope interview here with you. For you today, I have one of Toronto's most creative person, Mr. Elijah de Los Santos, popularly known across the city as Off the Sid. Sid, welcome to Dropping Bars, my brother.
Man, thank you for having me. Also, I really appreciate it. Like, yeah, no, I'm happy to be here right now.
Amazing. So, Sid, let's just jump right in. Why don't you tell the Bars Nation who is Off the Sync?
Man, who am I? I'm like a all round creative. You know what I'm saying? Like coming from J Fitz, graduated from Westview. Started off playing soccer. Then, while playing soccer, I started doing YouTube. Realized kind of like YouTube wasn't like, so school wasn't for school soccer. Like, I lost the passion for it, so dropped out of school, got from Chicago, moved out here, right, and to pursue my YouTube dreams, and then it was transitioned to like do photography, man. So like that's a little bit about me out of the jump.
Saint, you're an entrepreneur. You're a creator, photographer, videographer. I mean, one of the leading ones, one of the top ones here in Toronto. I've seen your work. And it's really good. So kudos to you on that. So talk to me about that journey. What did you always know that you wanted to be an entrepreneur, creative? Did you always know that you wanted to be in that field that you're in?
Like, it's crazy. I knew it without knowing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a kid, like I realized this late, but as a kid, going back to like my Facebook photos, and just it's going and just kind of looking at like what I've done. Like when I was like, I think around like 10 years old, I used to legit make make like create graphics. You know what I'm saying? I used to like try to make graphics for people to try to like fit in. And then I always had a passion like for music from the jump, because like even especially like my dad, my mom, like they listen to music heavy, so I was always around that, and like always like kind of photogenic as well. I remember having like a DSi and taking photos and try to like taking photos and just basically try to like just try to do different things to it. So like that's right. So like, but like obviously like I later on I had a passion in soccer, and that's what I was really focused on doing, right? But then it's just but I remember as a kid too though, like I used to like I'm like 9 years old, no, like 8 years old. I remember wanting candy at the convenience store, so I would legit get all like DVDs, toys I had, and new garage sales outside my building, trying to get like $5, $10, and I will get it. And then I'll walk to convenience stores later on, I get candy, and then I would usually just shovel snow at all houses. I'm like, okay, if I charge $20 and there's 100 houses, okay, let me really try to push to get some money. So like, yeah, man, as a kid, like I guess like, I always had the entrepreneurial mentality, but I didn't realize it till like later on, so.
Yeah. Oh, right. So exactly, and that's the case with a lot of us. Like even with me, like as a kid, it was all about the hustle. Yeah. Like I would make like tamarind balls and bring it to the school and sell it. And I was born and raised in Grenada, so I grew up in Grenada. Back then, like bringing those tamarind balls in the school, selling, going around summertime selling balls, like just doing what you got to do. Like that entrepreneurial bug for a lot of us. It started when we were kids, man. So I can feel what you're saying.
That, man. I love that, and like, yeah, that's amazing, man. It's dope.
Absolutely. So Sid, I mean, you're very creative. Yeah, you're a very creative guy. How do you stay so creative? Like, what inspires you to like just be creative and do the things that you do?
Honestly, like, I like everything I'm doing right now. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a love and a passion. And even when I'm not like motivated, I just like I know that this is something like I want to do in life, so I have to keep pushing. So it's like I say determined, you know what I'm saying, to just keep pushing. It wasn't always like that. I had to really transition, really push it, right? But it's just like the long-term goals. You know, I have like from the very beginning when I started my other scene productions, I always knew the bigger picture where I want to get to. Right. So I would do whatever it takes to like kind of figure out how to get there. And while figuring it out, I'm like, more doors are open, more doors are open, more doors are open. And then that led to my first Billboard gig, a year and a half, into my career, my photography career. So yeah, it's just,
Oh,
you know, and then also the rich people around you as well, around me, you know what I'm saying? So
right, right. So you just spoke about, your Billboard gig. What is that your biggest gig to date, or what's like some of your favorite gigs that you've done?
like the Billboard gig was definitely like the start of my biggest, you know what I'm saying? But as of right now, like my biggest one, would definitely have to be like that have to be Drake. You know, the OVO. I think that was definitely my well for me at least my biggest one because Drake was the very first celebrity that I met. Period. As a kid, I met him when I was like 9, 10 years old. My aunt introduced me to him because she knew him at the time. You know, so he was a big superstar. The kid like you know, so to be able to now like be working with him, I you know like 12 years later is a it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Drake has that definitely the
Oh,
biggest one.
oh, absolutely. What was it like? What was it like working with Drake?
It's crazy, like it was insane. It was insane, and you know, and like I was definitely like, it was definitely cool. But like the thing is, like when I was there, because the thing is, like 6 months prior, 7 months prior, I'm been working with big celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like for Billboard, like Nas the Hip or Rick Ross, rolling out like, all these celebrities in person, Chunos, Dreamville, right? So being beside me, it was it was super cool, but I was focused. You know what I'm saying? I was focused. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm here. Yeah, my big, like, you know, like I can favorite artist, but I'm here to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my main focus, like, yo, I had to make sure I take advantage and take all the shots I need, and then I'll celebrate afterwards. So like, the whole experience alone, it was insane. It was insane.
Man, that's so awesome.
Thank-
And one of the things that I know that you recently did a photo exhibit.
Yes. And
Yeah, what was that experience like? Talk to me about.
in my opinion, well, like, this is what people are telling me, man. It was history of Toronto. You know what I'm saying? What people are telling me that they never saw nothing like it. We did it at the Rec Room, the heart, Sean Hilton. We did the heart of downtown Toronto, right from the CN Tower. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had around like 350 plus people in the room. You know, and it was my first kind of like celebrity experience where people were like all the love was going towards me. Like I was like, you know, we brought in my boy my mentor for Billboard called Lamar and everything, and he was interviewing me, you know, and he interviewed the best 50 Cent, Megan Thee Stallion, you know, Nas, Rick Wright, everybody, right? And the fact that I can have him here in Toronto to interview me, it was a memory that I can never like that people are gonna be talking about at least for like 5, 10 years from now. So it's a blessing.
Oh, bless. That's so dope. And I mean, kudos to you. Congratulations to you on that, man. And so your production company is called Off the Saint Production. However, you also launched a venture called the Moment Network. And I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm like, yo, the guy's all about storytelling and everything. And I'm like, that's dope because I mean, that's my jam. Like, I love storytelling. So talk to me about the Moment Network. Like, what is the Moment Network, and why did you decide to launch it?
The Moment Network is like what we're trying to do is bring real authentic stories, real authentic moments that people don't get to see on a regular basis, you know. Because and like the reason why like we launched it is because so I went on a 2.5 week trip with Jesse Reyes, right? We went to LA. And we had like it was amazing for our album release party with Drake, Diddy, Corday, Ty Dolla $ign in the room, and a lot of other people. So that was dope. And we went to Colombia, but then we went to New York. But New York, that what hit me, because we went for a radio run in New York, right? And I knew like New York had a really big media section, but I this is my first time experiencing it. So we're going to Sirius XM, so they Sway in the Morning, Pandora, Billboard, Angie Martinez, Hot 97, On the Radar, right? And we're going to all these places, and I'm like, and it really sparked me, like, yo, Toronto, like, Toronto doesn't have this, and this is what Toronto needs to help bring that spark, to help bring, like, because the one thing that like people lacking is like really showing off the personalities, right? But the thing is, we don't have that like enough big media outlets in the city to help do that, right? So and then one thing people like, and another thing is, like, so I was sitting down, I was in LA, and my family's friends rooftop, and I'm like thinking, like, what's next, right? And one of the things that people always tell me, because I went to all the Rolling Louds, right, and I'm recording moments that people don't get to see on a regular basis, and people like, thank you for that, thank you for recording those moments, right? And I'm like, yo, let me create a network called the Moment Network, to really show, man, I'm in these rooms, you know what I'm saying? So and I'm helping all these other publications get their buzz. Let me be the owner of that, So I'm like, and that's where the Moment Network came from, is just to really help merge the Toronto artists and global artists together, to give Toronto artists an opportunity to be on the same platform as global artists, So yeah, man. So we have an episode coming out called In the Moment, of like basically doing day in the life of artists, and the first episode coming now is Amani White. So it's pretty dope.
Oh man, that song's amazing. I remember one of my friends and I, we launched an initiative. So I was, like I said, I was born and raised in Grenada, and a couple years ago there was some narrative that was coming out of Grenada that we knew being born and raised there was incorrect. So we like, you know what? Why are we letting outsiders tell our story? And we launched a storytelling initiative called I Am Grenadian, where we pretty much told the stories of Grenadians locally and in the diaspora. So I really understand where you're coming from. Just feeling the need to tell the stories that we don't get to see, and kind of share those moments. So I mean, that's dope. Kudos to you on that. And so tell me, I'm pretty sure that there are some young people, youngins, looking on, watching what you're doing, wanting to aspire to be as creative as you, to tell the stories that you were telling, to meet the people that you've met, to maybe even work alongside maybe a future Drake or whatever. Like, what advice can you give to like the young creatives or the young aspiring creatives that are coming up, that to just encourage them and keep them on that path? Like, what advice can you give?
Man, if you're just starting off, don't be afraid of work for free. Don't be afraid just to like, don't be afraid just to like, yeah, everyone wants like the money, but the thing is, like the relationship and opportunity is more important, because the thing is, without clients, without like people knowing your work, had a portfolio, how are you supposed to make a career from it? So you have to, like, the best, how I did it is just go in the right rooms. Hey, let me come shoot for you for free, while being those sets, talking to certain people that are on sets, you gain their relationships, and then you never know where the opportunity can lead to next. And another thing is just learn to love fear, right? Learn to love fear, because the thing is, like there's gonna be, like, through your whole journey, like you're gonna feel uncomfortable, and you never want to be in a position where you are comfortable, because if you are comfortable, then how you growing? You know what I'm saying? And so that's another big thing. And next is just having the right people around you, right? Because in early in my career, I used to have people, hey, like, you can't make money off celebrities. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, why you? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's other photographers doing that, so but you want to have the right people to like that will push you. But that can come right away. So you have to be your own motivation, You have to really be determined, be determined yourself to get through. So the big advice, man, just like, yo, go with your gut, do whatever you have to do, and don't hold back, because the thing is, life is too short. Life is too short, and you have to go through your journey, and there may be mess ups, a lot of mess on the way, but that's how you learn. And you want to go through those mess ups early, because you don't want to succeed very early and then be screwed up be screwed down the line. For me, I went through a lot of my mess ups very, very early. I wasn't afraid to go and take chances and mess up, right? Don't be afraid to mess up, because then you know how to maneuver down the line, So yeah, man, any photographers out there, make sure you do your thing. And y'all have any questions, and my DMs are always open. So,
bro, that's amazing advice. That's really, I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, like that's it. Like, if I had to give anybody advice, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's the way. That's the way, bro. So Saint, tell me, if you had a chance to speak to young Saint at like 10 years old, what kind of conversation would you have with him? What would you say to young Saint at like 10 years old?
10 years old. 10 years of just one thing, like, hey, like things are gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And just same thing. That's what I said to you, right? It's just really follow your gut. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a time where, like, I felt like, for me, I'm not a school person. I'm like, I'm not a lot. I'm more of a hands-on, on-set, like, I'm learning, right? And be in the field. But like, family, like, my family kind of pushed me, hey, go to school, So, and then I ended up dropping out anyways, right? But one thing I'll tell them, like, hey, go with your gut, man. Go with your gut, and because you will be okay.
Yeah. Trust the process, right?
Process, yes.
Bars. So that's all we do. That's what the podcast is all about. Dropping bars. That's what it's called, dropping bars, right? So,
and by the way, like, school, like, for that, that's because school isn't for me doesn't mean school's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's journey is different, right? But like, yeah. So like, yeah, that's why I want to put out there. I want to be season said that now I go to school, so I'm not gonna go. No, with that. You know if it's right or not right for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I just want to put that out there.
No, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, because I remember a couple months ago, I made a video and I said that something along the line of either education or certification or whatever is not the only road to success, or something along that line. But pretty much what I was saying is, you don't have to. Oh no, I said you don't need a degree to be successful. That's what I said. You don't need a degree to be successful. And I made a video, and man, people came for me, and let me tell you, like, and I wasn't shitting on education, bro. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree, right? So I'm not saying don't get the degree. I got it. I got the degree, but I'm just saying that when I look at my circles, like some of my closest friends, who are like top in their field, they didn't go to the traditional school road like I did, and they're doing great. One of the best plumbers that I know,
wow,
didn't go to university, and the guy's the best in the business. So and that's the point I was trying to make. Like, hey, yes, there are different routes to success.
Absolutely.
And not everyone's route is the same. Your route might not be my route, and my route might not be your route. Your route might be by going to school and getting the formal education or whatever, and that's good, that's great. But that doesn't mean that if somebody doesn't do that they will not be successful, right? I mean, we like you said, we all gotta follow our own path, and we all gotta live out our own dreams. So I mean, Saint, yo, thank you so much for coming on. I want to throw you for a loop. I wonder if I could do that. I want to ask you a question that's just weird.
Okay.
I want to throw you for a loop, right? If you had like $100 right now, somebody give it to you, I hand it to you right now, and I say, hey, Saint, you have 1 hour to spend that $100. What will you buy?
$100 right now.
Yeah, and you have to spend it right now. What would you buy?
Ooh, $100 right now. Ooh, I'll probably $1 right now. I will probably so I have to spend it.
You have to spend it.
Okay.
You can't save it. You have to spend it.
$100 right now. Honestly, if for me, per $100 right now, I'll probably get to my grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll probably get to my grandma or my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because they're right at this moment, like my grandma's done a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? So I love to just give back to the family as much as I can. So yeah, I'll probably give it to her.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's amazing. Insane. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you for coming and dropping those bars with us. I really appreciate your time. I know, you're a busy dude, doing some really great work out there. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And keep representing, keep telling stories, keep being creative. Thank you for coming on, dropping bars, and thank you for sharing your story with the Bars Nation. To everyone who is tuned into this podcast, thank you so much for tuning in to another week of Dropping Bars. We were talking to Off the Saint, de Los Santos, the man himself.
No, I really appreciate you having me on, man. That was a dope conversation, and I really have to be out.
No, absolutely, bro. I appreciate you. So, Bars Nation, don't forget, subscribe to this podcast wherever you're consuming it on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you're consuming this podcast, on YouTube. Subscribe, leave a comment, drop a review, and let us know how we're doing. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week for another dope episode with another dope person. So thank you, and I will see you.
Yo, a brighter star representing, dropping bars with Kimran Korean. It's all about life lesson in a youth. Bob Marley do it to them mouth, Zidane do it to them foot. Never doubt yourself, never lose the focus. Just some more positive content, fully provision. Good meditation, dropping bars and I build the motivation. Yo, Kimran Korean, every ghetto youth, them a pre-elevation. Stop carry feelings, focus on the arts and craft. Get rid of all malice and dirty art, youth. Work hard, believe in your dreams. These are the motivation tips, dog. Success strategies. Energy follow energies. Negative follow negativity. There is a free will to creativity. It's a journey within. Cause we dropping bars, dropping bars, dropping bars. We keep going hard, going hard, going hard. We keep dropping bars, dropping bars, dropping bars. Dropping bars, dropping bars. We keep going hard, going hard, going hard. Dropping bars, dropping bars.